Hi, hello, welcome to Krushi School. So, this is your 7th standard science. Like yesterday, we have started our 17th chapter, right? Changes around us. And I told you to find out the hard words, underline it, learn, and everything. So, today we are going to learn about the let us do to find the change. Some changes are given in the table. You have to put the tick marks. Like yesterday also I told you, heating of colored candle, heating ice, heating water, melting of gold ornaments, burning the new paper, all these things. So if you have filled up this table number 1, I am having some questions for you. In how many changes do you notice change is a state, color, size, and shape? Connect each separately. How many types of changes, in how many ways you have find out? Yes, like burning of newspaper, filling air into balloons, cutting a piece of food, like this. Different types of changes we have noticed. In which case a new substance is formed? In which case the new substance is formed, children? Here when you burn a newspaper, ash is formed, that is a new one. Okay. Burning of crackers. Hmm? Okay, so like there's different types of changes where the new substance is formed. Next in the above activity we notice that only in some examples like burning of paper, burning of crackers, milk, sugar, boiled egg, a new substance is formed. But in other examples of change we notice a change in state or color or size or shape, etc. Next, but in other examples of change, you follow the textbook, Marvin. Okay, but in other examples, you can see in the textbook like we notice the change in the state or size or in the shape, like balloon. If you fill the balloon first, it is having a shape different, like small in size. Then after filling the air, it will be bulges in the size, right? But the substances remain same and no new substance is formed. Let us observe the following change. Okay, let us do 3. Observe the changes in ice. Take few pieces of ice in a beaker and heat them as shown in the figure. Following figure number 1, you can see that they are heating the ice. What do you observe? We notice that ice slowly melts. Ice మెల్లగా కరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది కదా and becomes water. Yes, ice ఏమవుతుంది హీట్ చేసినప్పుడు it starts melting and then usually it becomes into water. And on further heating it changes into steam. ఇంకా ఎక్కువ హీట్ చేస్తే it will turn into water vapor steam and it will go and mix up in the air. If we reduce the temperature, the water vapor changes back to water. When temperature is very cool, this water vapor will turn into water. And still the temperature is reduced more, inka tagiste, this water will change into the ice. What changes do you notice in the experiment? What is that you have noticed in this experiment? Yes, in the above activity we notice that the change of state of ice into water. First the ice is changed into water, that means from solid to liquid. Then next water to water vapor. But the substance water remains the same. Everywhere the water is same. Right? Change of this type where no new substance is formed are known as physical changes. So this type of change where the new substance is not formed is called as a physical change. Okay. When a material undergoes a change in shape, size, color or state, it is called a physical change. When the material undergoes which type of change? Yes, like size, color or state, it is called as the physical change. Generally, no new substance is formed in the physical change. So, this type of change, in this physical change, new substance is not formed. The change where the new substance is not formed called itself as a physical change. Make a list of some physical changes you observe in your daily life. Observe the changes between changes when the burning some materials. కొన్నింటిని కాల్చినప్పుడు ఎలా ఉందో అబ్జర్వ్ చేయమంటున్నారు. In figure number 2 you can see they are burning the candle, no? Yes, a piece of wood, a piece of paper and a piece of cotton they are burning here. You can see How many of them are burned? Paper, wood, cloth. So they were trying like this. You can see here, name of the material a piece of wood. Changes 1, observe 2. When burned it is 3. A piece of paper and a piece of cotton. Okay. What changes do you notice? Is there any change in the color? Yes, ash will be in a different color when the paper is in white color. After burning it is in new color. Okay. Is there any change in the state of material? Yes, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, like this there is a change. Do you find any new material after burning? Yes, so when you compare to the paper and this, there you cannot see the water, vapor or water, but still you can see that paper will turn into powder. So the state has been changed, from solid to powdery state. Is there any change? Okay. Do you find any new material after burning? Yes, obviously ash is formed. Now there is a new material after burning is formed. In the above activity, we notice that when a piece of wood, paper and cotton are burned, a new material is formed. From this, what you have to learn? That when you burn a piece of wood or paper or something, then you will get a new substance. When you compare this with the old substance. So we also notice the change. We also notice the change in shape and size of new substance. When you burn the paper, new substance ash is formed. And what is the shape of the size? What is the shape and size of this new substance? This type of change which leads to form a new substance is known as chemical change, where something is burned and new substance is formed which is different in its state and texture and something, then it is called as a chemical change. So in physical change no new substance is formed, whereas in chemical change a new substance is formed. Have you observed such changes in your daily life? Can you name some changes which form a new substance? Yes, you can observe the figure number 3 in the textbook, children. Just go through the textbook, observe the items they have given here. So, have you observed such changes in your daily life? Yes, if you observe, you can see such changes in our daily life. First one they have given as rusting of iron. అంటే ఇనుప వస్తువులు తుప్పు పట్టిపోవడం. ఇనుప వస్తువులు తుప్పు పట్టిపోవడం. హ్యావ్ యూ ఎవర్ అబ్జర్వ్ ఐరన్ నెయిల్స్? ఇంట్లో మేకులు ఉంటాయి కదా అవి. Nails, iron gates, iron pinchers or pieces of iron left in the open ground for a long time. If it is left for a long time in the open ground, you can see in the gate, you can see in the textbook right now, iron తుప్పు పట్టిపోతుంది కదా, that is the rusting of iron. What did you notice? You observe a brown layer on the surface of the iron articles. You observe a brown layer on the surface of the iron articles. ఒక లాంటి బ్రౌన్ కలర్ లాంటి ఒక లేయర్ దానిపైన ఉండిపోతుంది తుప్పు. It is called as the rust, and the process of forming of this layer is called as the rusting. Okay, if you leave the gates or the iron bars in the open place, it will be wet in the during rainy season and dry in the summer season, then a new layer is formed on it which is in the brown color, that is called as the rust, and the process called as the rusting. Observe the iron tawa in your kitchen. ఇనుపది పెనం. Okay, you find a brown layer on it if it is unused for a long time. చాలా రోజుల నుంచి వాడకుండా పక్కన పెట్టేస్తే, if it is unused, then you can see a brown layer on it. This is nothing but rusting of iron. This is nothing but rusting of iron. చాలా రోజులు వాడకుండా పక్కన పడేస్తే మన సైకిల్ చైన్స్ కూడా అంతే కదా. వాడని సైకిల్ చైన్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? బ్రౌన్ కలర్లో ఉంటుంది. మనం దాన్ని రబ్ చేస్తే ఒకలాంటి పౌడరీ సబ్స్టెన్స్ వస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద రస్ట్, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as rusting of iron. Similarly, try to observe some other iron articles which are exposed to air, like iron gates, iron caps on manholes, iron benches in lawns, etc. Now I said one more example, cycle chain. In that way you have to find out different examples. Do you find rust on these articles? Yes, definitely. When it is not used, you can find the rust on these articles. Why do iron articles get rust? when they are exposed to air for a long time. What happened? ఎందుకు బయట గాలికి వదిలేస్తే అంతగా రస్ట్ పడుతుంది? Um, when iron is exposed to air for a long time, the oxygen present in air reacts with it. The oxygen in the air will react with this iron, okay, and the presence of moist air and forms a new structure which is called as a rust. అలా మనకి ఐరన్ తుప్పుపడుతుంది ఎందుకంటే గాలి వల్ల. When oxygen is present in on this iron, there some reaction will takes place and the rust is formed. So that is the substance that is formed is called as iron oxide, okay, and rust on iron particles. This process is known as rusting. Now similarly, when copper utensils are exposed to air, we find a greenish coat on them. కాపర్ వస్తువులు ఇంట్లో మనం వాడుకునే బిందెలు కానివ్వండి ఏమైనా ఉంటే అందులో ఒక గ్రీన్ కలర్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. దిస్ గ్రీనిష్ కోట్ ఈస్ ఫార్మ్డ్ వెన్ కాపర్ రియాక్ట్స్ విత్ ఆక్సిజన్. వై దెర్ ఇస్ గ్రీన్ అండ్ వై దెర్ ఇస్ బ్రౌన్ హియర్? Because when oxygen reacts with copper, what happens? And oxygen and carbon dioxide, when it reacts, copper when reacts with oxygen carbon dioxide in the air, this coat protects copper from getting further recorded. It is an example of corrosion. దీని corrosion అంటాం, అది rusting అంటాం. In all these cases, the metal is changed to its oxide, forming a new substance. The metal is changed into oxide, means a new substance which is reacted with the oxygen. And rusting or corrosion is a chemical change. These both are chemical change, rusting or corrosion. Why? Because here we are able to see a new substance is formed. కొత్త సబ్స్టెన్స్ రెడీ అవుతుంది కదా ఇక్కడ, అందుకని. The speed of rusting depends on the amount of moisture available to it for a long time. So the speed of the rusting, ఎంత తొందరగా రస్ట్ అవుతుంది అనేది స్పీడ్నెస్, అండ్ ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ద మాయిశ్చర్ దట్ ఈస్ అవైలబుల్ ఫర్ ఎ లాంగ్ టైం. ఎన్ని రోజులు మనం గాలికి వర్షానికి వదిలేస్తామో అంత స్పీడ్ ఆఫ్ రస్టింగ్ ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ ద హ్యూమిడిటీ ఇన్ ఎయిర్ ఫాస్టర్ ఈజ్ ద రస్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఐరన్. గాలిలో ఉండే తేమ హ్యూమిడిటీ అంటే. The problem of rusting of iron and corrosion of other metal articles are the common experience in almost every home. మన ఇంట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి ఎప్పుడో ఒకప్పుడు తుప్పుపడుతూనే ఉంటాయి. It spoils the beautiful articles and makes them look ugly. ఒక సైకిల్, కొత్త సైకిల్ ఎంత బాగుంటుంది, అదే తుప్పుపడిన సైకిల్ ఎలా అయిపోతుంది? Rust makes them to look ugly. The following are some of the ways to prevent the rusting of iron. సో ఇలా రస్టింగ్ పడకుండా ఎలా చేయాలి మనం? How can we avoid? Do not allow the iron articles to come in direct contact with oxygen in the air, water or both. గాలికి కానీ వర్షానికి కానీ రెండింటికి తడవకుండా చూసుకోవాలి. అప్లై ఏ కోట్ ఆఫ్ పెయింట్ గ్రీజ్ ఆన్ ద ఐరన్ ఆర్టికల్స్. ఐరన్ గేట్ ఒకటి ఉంది మన దగ్గర, మనం యూజ్ చేయట్లేదు, మేబీ తర్వాత యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అలాంటి దాన్ని ఎలా మనం రస్ట్ పట్టకుండా చూసుకోవాలి? వీ హ్యావ్ టు అప్లై సమ్ పెయింట్ ఆన్ ఇట్. చక్కగా దాన్ని పెయింట్ వేసి పెట్టాలి గాలికి వర్షానికి తడవకుండా. ఓకే. Next, are there any other ways by which rusting of iron can be prevented? Do all the materials react with oxygen in the air? Not all the materials, some materials will react. And here you have to find out the other ways in which the rusting of iron can be avoided. Observe gold and silver. You wear them into form of ornaments. వెండి వస్తువులు గోల్డ్వి మనం ఆర్నమెంట్స్ చేసుకుంటాం కదా. You wear them in the form of ornaments. Even if they get exposed to air for a long time, they do not change color or corroded. Yes, gold, if you leave, we are wearing on our body, it is exposed to the air and the water when you are taking the bath. Then why it is that it is not getting rust? Okay, it means that they are resistant to corrosion, which is the reason why we use them making ornaments. Yes, that means they are having a capacity to hold, to expose the sunlight, to expose the water. That's why we are making them as the ornaments. Why can't iron material is used for the ornaments? Iron తో చక్కగా నెక్లెస్, రింగ్స్ అలా చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా మనం. సో డైలీ స్నానం చేసే వాటర్ బయట గాలి తగిలి అది తుప్పు పడిపోతుంది. Here this gold and silver does not react with the oxygen and carbon dioxide. List metals which corroded and which do not corroded with exposed to air. Now you have to, this is the homework for you today, children. What is the homework? List out the materials which are not corroded or not rusted. ఏ వస్తువులు రస్టింగ్ తుప్పు పట్టవు అండ్ ఏవి ఎక్కువగా రస్ట్ పడుతున్నాయి. ఓకేనా, ఏవి ఎక్కువ పాడైపోతాయి, ఏ వస్తువులు ఎక్కువగా పాడవు. సో మనం ఎలా ఆర్నమెంట్స్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం ఇవి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఎందుకు కొన్ని ఒక గోల్డ్ వెండితో మాత్రమే మనం లైక్ వి మేకింగ్ యాంక్లెట్స్, ఆడపిల్లలు పట్ట గొలుసులు వేసుకుంటారు కదా, అండ్ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్నమెంట్స్ వి విల్ వేర్. Is it not? Why is this only gold and silver? Nowadays we are wearing like artificial ornaments. They also does not get rusted or corroded. But still, gold is gold, no? Gold if you expose to the air and all, there will be no problem at all. So this is what we have learned today. Just find out some more name. List out some. Observe. మన ఇంట్లో ఇంకా ఏమేమి రస్ట్ పడుతున్నాయి. And just know what I told, that is also a homework. Which are getting rusted, which are getting corroded, and which material does not get rust. Like this you have to observe and write in a rough notebook. Only keep the numbers and write these are the so and so material, these are the so and so material. That is your homework, and read the lesson. Write the homework in the rough notebook one time, and after the school reopening we will check it. Is it clear? Don't neglect this is YouTube class, so no need of writing on all these things you'll be thinking. Not like that. Definitely you have to do the homework. Must and should. Neat handwriting is very important, children. You are not at all taking care of your handwriting. So this is all for today, children. Thank you.